Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Manas sir, for the brief and long introduction. And just give me 1 second and let me project my presentation. Sir, slides are visible to you? And it's moving, right? Fine. So thank you, sir, and thank you for providing the platform. So what we are going to see, roughly 1 hour, 1.5 hour, and 2 hour session. So we will see different components of research writing papers and what are the different lacuna, how it can be reached to a publication stage. So we will talk about the different things also, but the main agenda of talk will be we will talk about the detailed literature search, what are the different tools, techniques, and how we can do proper literature search. Then how to identify research gap for your research. And then we will talk about the framing and formulation of hypothesis, research objectives, and ultimately how a good title of your work or research paper will be there. Because whenever you are going to submit your paper, the first thing come in front of the reviewer or the reader. It is your title of your work or the abstract. So we will talk about abstract also later on. So first thing is, what is exactly research? So if we'll see the basic definition of research is, it is normally a systematic and organized process for the investigating of a specific problem, whatever problem you are going to think of. So when we investigate a specific problem or a specific questions in a systematic or organized manner, that is called research. So in this process of research, normally we generate our knowledge, we validate the existing knowledge, and as well as we find the solutions. So if we'll say research is a systematic process of investigating and analyzing the information to generate new knowledge, validate existing information which is available online or offline, different ways, and solve the specific problem for which you have done the organized process investigation we are going to do it. So research involves the formulation of a questions, collecting data. We will talk about details in one by one. So in the process of research, we do the formulation of questions. We prepare questions. We collect data as per our questions or objectives. Then analyze those collected information data and interpret or analyze those information things, results, and ultimately we come to a conclusion. So this is a basic brief information about the research. So research normally involves different steps where identification of a problem or the gap, then formulation of hypothesis. That's why those are the steps, those are the agenda for today's talk. Then collect and analyzing the data, and ultimately come to the conclusion based on the analysis. When we are going to classify the research, so there are two ways of classification. One way of classification is based on the methodology. So there we are having two broad classes, that is called as qualitative and quantitative. So this classification of qualitative and quantitative research is based on the methods of research. And there are another two types of research, which is based on the purpose. That we call it basic research or applied research. So we will see all the four types of research. So qualitative research, as its name suggests, it is based on the quality. So its main focus on the understanding the concepts, experiences, or the process. So it is based on the quality. So here non-numerical data such as interviews, observation, or the text analysis will be there. So because here numerical values will not be there, numerical data will not be there. So it is normally interpretative or explanatory in the nature. And second one is quantitative research. So best this is because this is quantitative research, so obviously quantity will be there. So it is involves the systematic collection and the analysis of the numerical value, numerical data to test hypotheses for which we have already formulated, measure the variables, and determine the pattern or any kind of relationship, correlations you can call it. So quantitative research normally relies on the statistical and mathematical methods because here numerical values will be there. So overall, if you'll see the four type of research, so these are the four different type of research. We are having qualitative, quantitative, basic, and applied research. One by one we will see. If you'll see the qualitative research, so its nature is explanatory because it's based on the qualitative. Its purpose is to understand the concept, thoughts, experiences, and meanings. And in data, which type of data will be involved in there is, it is non-numerical data like interviews, observation, or open-ended surveys will be there. How we are going to analyze those qualitative data will be, it is thematic based, narrative, or the content analysis we are going to do it. Some of the examples like exploring the patient perception in the healthcare through the interviews, or like surveys we are doing it. So that is qualitative research. Second one is quantitative research. So in case of quantitative research, nature will be analytical and conclusive, and the purpose is to test hypothesis, measures variables, and identify the pattern or relationship or correlationships. Here the data which we involve is, it is numerical values, numerical data, such as statistical data or experimental data or a structured survey we can call it. And normally we analyze these data on through the statistical tools, statistical methods. Third one will be the basic research. The purpose is to generate new knowledge or the theory without immediate application. So its main focus is to understand the basic relationship, basic principle of the living system or the non-living system. So it is normally rely on the basic principle or basic mechanism. It is driven by the curiosity or the theoretical interest. And the last one will be applied research. So it is to solve the specific practical problems using the existing knowledge, and the focus will be real world applications. In this case, it is normally driven by the requirement, societal demand, applications, requirement, customers' demands. So these are the normally things which normally imposes the or initiate the applied research. So these are the four different type of research we are having. Why we conduct research? There are different purposes, different type of you can call it the applications will be there, an n number of regions will be there why we do research. So here I have 13 or 14 different type of you can call it the way, different type of regions why we do research. First one is to advance our knowledge. So normally we do research, it helps us to expand our understanding or the knowledge in the surrounding, in the world which is going around us, and it normally uncovers the new fact, new theories, and new insights which contribute to the growth of our or the researchers' knowledge and intellectual development. Second is solving problem or addressing issues. So normally research is often driven by the desire to find solution of a real world. Like during COVID, you might have seen, because that time it was our demand, it was a requirement to find a treatment or the management strategy for the COVID viruses. So it is normally desire or to find solution of a real world problem. Third one is the testing hypothesis or the theories. So normally researchers test hypothesis or theory through empirical studies to validate or refute their assumptions. This process normally helps to build more robust or reliable body of the understanding or the knowledge. Fourth one is the supporting evidence-based decision making. There are some specific sectors where we require evidence-based systems, evidence-based process, like policymakers, Government, like policymakers means in case of our same things is governments, or who are going to make policies. So policymakers or the businesses or the normally different organizations it trust on the research findings to make informed based on the evidence based decisions. So research provides data and insights that can guide the development of the effective policy and strategy. Then promoting innovation or the creativity. So research also fosters the innovation by encouraging the exploration of the new ideas or new possibilities. It serves as a catalyst, or you can call it normally initiate a different kind of desires or to understand certain things. Then it helps us into the contributing to the academic discourse. Like academic research enriches the discourse within the various disciplines or contribute into the academic communities collective to collective understandings, improving the human health, medical and any kind of related health related to pharmacy, medical, applied sciences, applied medical sciences. Research in these fields particular plays a vital role in the advancing healthcare practices, developing new treatment, new strategies, new kind of medicines. Research in this field directly impact human health and well-being. Then preserving the cultural heritages, specifically in some sectors, like some subjects like history, you can call it anthropology, you can call it archaeology, you can call it, or social sciences, you can call it. Their research is also focused towards the preserving of the human culture or understanding the cultural heritage and the history of human civilizations. Then enrichment of education and the learning. Research also helps in the education informs and development of the teaching methods, curriculum designs, learning strategies, learning leading to the improvement educational outcomes. Then it also research is supporting to the informed technology development. Like research drives the technological advancement leading to the creation and innovation of products, services, different kind of method development, you can call it. Then validating the existing knowledge. So normally you can call it the replication of the research or replication studies, you can call it validation of the research we do. It helps us to ensure the reliability and the validity of the previous findings, understandings. And the last one will be the predicting and preparing for the futures. So research can provide the valuable insight into the future trends, challenges, and opportunities. So these are overall the different regions. It not necessary that every region will be applicable on everyone. There might be few regions is going to apply on the me, and few regions will be applicable on your research. So overall, research is a fundamental process which that enriches our understanding of the world and empowers the evidence-based decision-making systems. Whatever the research we do, normally these research need to get published. So why we need to write research paper? One of the reason is whatever research we do, it should get published. Unpublished research does not have any value. If you do research and if your data, whatever information you have gathered, it is not going to be published in any places. It is a part of your laptop, desktop, or the pen drive or the notebook. It's of no use. It is waste of time, resource, and everything. So writing research paper serves several crucial purposes and plays a central role in the academic and the scientific communities. Some of the key reasons why we need to write research paper are given below. So again, there are a number of reasons, but all the reasons will not be applicable on everyone. So it helps in the contribution of the knowledge. Research paper normally contribute new knowledge and insight to the existing body of the literatures. Validation and transparency. Research papers provides a detailed account for the research processes, including data collection, analysis, and interpretations. Third is the peer review and quality assurance. So whenever we write research paper, it undergo through rigorous peer review systems. That is the normal way of, because nowadays a lot of predatory and cloned journals comes where peer review system is going to be nullified. It will be zero. No peer review system is there. But wherever journals will have peer review systems, peer review process and quality assurance will be there. So it undergo through a rigorous peer review system. So blind, double blind, single blind, and different kind of peer review systems. Right? Normally, that is the before publication. And this process normally ensures that the study meets the academic standard. And the research methodology and finding have been critically evaluated by the experts in that particular fields, to whom we call research reviewers. Then it is academic requirement also. Writing research paper is a common requirement in academic institutions, like for graduation, post-graduation, or PhD. In many universities, different type of rules and regulations will be there. It helps students to develop critical thinking, analytical skills, and the writing skills, essential for their academic and professional growth. Then communication of the findings. So during experiment, during research, whatever information we have gathered, whatever things we have collected, so research paper helps us as a means of communication of those information to the scientific community or the academic community, you can call it. Then it supports evidence-based decisions. As I already have told you, different kind of sectors like policymakers, professionals, or the practitioners often rely on the research papers to make evidence-based decisions. So high quality research papers normally provides the credible information that influences policy and practices. It builds academic reputations. Publishing research paper is in reputable journals, which reputation based on the different kind of parameter matrices. So some other time we will talk about the different research matrices. So reputed journals enhances the credibility and the reputation of researchers and their institutions. And nowadays, many of the, you can call it the ranking and accreditation based on those publication process or research outcomes. Then documentation of the research. So research paper serves as the official record of the research conducted. Intellectual property protections. Publishing research paper establishes ownership of intellectual property right over the findings. This normally prevents others from using the research without the proper citation or proper attributions. Dissemination of the best practices. So research paper normally often highlight best practices and the successful interventions, providing valuable guidance. Achieving knowledge. Research papers are achieved in libraries, databases, online repositories, and different other libraries, you can call it, ensuring this preservation of the knowledge for future generations of researchers. And last one is the engaging in scientific dialogues. So research papers fostering scientific dialogues and debates. Other researchers may respond to the finding, leading to the further discussion and potential collaborations. So these are the different reasons why we publish papers. If someone is a PhD students, graduate, postgraduate, or PhD students, for them it is academic requirement or the different other things. For some other industry, it may be because of the documentation of the research or IPR protection. Someone is universities do research for the building academic reputation. So different regions are there. They are applicable on some of the person or some regions, but overall these are the different regions. So for literature, means when we start papers, so first thing is to do this proper literature search. And so what is exactly literature search is? So normally literature search is a process of identifying, retrieving, or analyzing the published research relevant to the particular topics of or research questions. So whatever you think, whatever topic you have, broad topic you are having, or whatever research questions you have in your mind, so related to those research topic, research questions, you normally try to find different kind of article, different kind of published paper. So identify, retrieve, and analyzing the published research in related to those things. These literature search normally helps researchers to understand the current state of knowledge in that particular on that particular topic and avoid duplication and identify the research gap in the field. Research gap is whatever exactly we have done and the things which is left, which has not been done, that is called as research gap. So literature search normally helps us into the finding the identify the research gaps. As much as literature search we will do, we can find that much better research gap, so our questions will be that much good. So overall, in general, there are two different terms we are going to use it. One is literature review and one is literature search, and both terms are differently. So literature search is a process of seeking out and identify the existing literature related to the topic and questions of interest. So literature search is a process, and whatever literature review is the organized synthesis of the information found during this process. So during literature, after the literature search, how we are going to organize those informations, that is our literature review. So literature search is the act of collecting relevant researches, and literature review is the process of evaluating and interpreting the collected information. So hope you have understand the basic difference between literature search and literature review. Then once we are going to talk about, once we have done the literature search, so these are the different steps for the literature search. If we will talk in the details, so roughly this will take 1 hour, 1.5 hour, proper literature search and all the things. So the first thing, it starts with the defining the research questions. So this normally clearly articulate what you are exactly trying to identify, trying to investigate. So a well-defined research question sets to formulations of a effective literature search. How we do it? So it starts with the broad area of interest, then narrow it down to something specific, and for that one we are going to use different kind of frameworks like PICO. What is PICO? PICO is population, intervention, comparison, and outcomes. Or some other framework is like SPICE, that is setting, perspective, intervention, comparison, or evaluation. So different kind of framework we use for the during the research question definitions. Second one is brainstorm the keywords. So normally gather terms, synonyms, or subject heading related to the topics. So in this case, we generate a list of key terms, synonyms, or common looking terms, related phrases, and represent your topics. These will normally use to build your research strategy. And how we do it? So break your research question into the main concepts. Think of synonyms, related terms, plural or singular, different kind of versions, acronyms, you can call it alternate spellings. And for this one, we normally use the two different tools like MES database or biomedical topics. MES is, if you'll go to the NCBI database, you can find the different MES words, MES terms. Third one is create a search strategy. So normally it decides to search terms or limits, you will find the relevant topics. So in this case, we are going to use different kind of Boolean operators. You can, if you do the different literature search in the different search tools, you can see automatically it takes different kind of Boolean operators like and, or, not. These are having different meanings. Like wherever and will be used, it is narrowing your, it connects the different concepts. Where or word or word will be used, it will be broaden your, it connects the synonyms. And when not will be used, it normally excluding, so it filtering the unwanted terms. Then fourth one will be select a database. So there are different type of database for different kind of literature searches. So choose appropriate academic database based on your research domains to ensure comprehensive coverage of relevant literatures. Like if I want to do research into the health sector or the biomedical sectors, I will select some of the database like PubMed's, Cochrane Library, Embase, Sinal. If you want to do in the basic science and the tech, then you can go for Scopus, Web of Science, IEEE Explores. For social sciences, we are having PsycInfo, JSTOR, Sociological Abstract. So these are the different databases like Google Scholar, ProQuest, and EBSCOhost. These are the multidisciplinary. So you can select the appropriate database for your literature search as per your questions or as per your field. Then we are going to conduct the search. So run your search using the planned strategy and begin collecting literatures. So I don't know in your institutions have different kind of subscription or not, but depending on the subscription, different databases will give you the informations. You can use different kind of filters when you will do the searches, like year wise filter you can use it, language wise filter you can use it, relevancy wise filter you can use it. So different type of filter you can use it. And whatever information you have collected, those information, those papers, those articles, you can transfer into the different citation managers like Zotero, EndNote, Mendeley, whatever you are going to use it. So you can export those search history or into the different kind of tools and techniques, tools you are going to use it. Then we are going to evaluate and refine your searches. So critically evaluate whatever information you have gathered. And ensure the relevant and different search strategy. And after that analysis, we are going to identify the gap and unexpected trends. So ultimately, we can able to understand that where is lacuna is there, where research has not been conducted, or which can be done, which can fill the gaps. So these are the different steps for literature search. So different sources of literatures. Basically, we are going to classify literatures onto three different categories: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So if we'll say primary literatures are like original research articles, case studies, case series, short communication letters, where exactly the experimental data, experimental informations are associated or we are publishing. So those are primary literatures, which refers to the article that requires the original research. Then we are having secondary literature searches, which normally does not contains information from the our experimental data, but these are the mainly based on the primary literatures. So already published papers we take, we analyze, we summarize, and then we publish it. That is called as secondary literatures, like mini reviews, meta reviews, editorials, leadership, perspective, opinion, commentary. And third one comes, that is tertiary literatures, which is mainly based on the primary and secondary literatures like encyclopedia and databases. So whenever we do literature searches, so we use all three different type of databases, all three different kind of literatures we analyze it: primary, secondary, or tertiary, and then ultimately we come to the conclusion. So there are some tips to conduct the literature searches. Be systematic, thorough, and rigorous. As much as thoroughly you will do the literature search, as much as rigorously you will do the literature search, you will be able to find research gap in that efficiently. Use different kind of keywords instead of full sentences. Use quotation marks for the search of exact terms, exact matches. I will come how Google can give you a best result. Different kind of specific notations you can use it, and you will find the exact information what exactly you are searching it. So if you want to search exact information, use the quotation marks before your search terms or search keywords. Then you can add years also in your search, so that you can find the information of a specific years or within the specific years. And whenever you do search, save your search for future applications. Which search engine normally we use? So if nowadays Google is the synonyms of the search. So whenever we call it search something, we normally do the Google these terms, and so Google is synonymous to the search tools. But these are the different search tools, search engines you can call it. We don't have only Google, we are having number of search engines, search tools, which is freely available for us. So these are the different search tools, search engines, which is freely available for everyone. There are some search tools, search engines, which can be subscription based. So where university organizations normally have to subscribe. So these are the different subscription based search tools like Scopus, Merck, Science Direct, PubMed, the Willy, Springer, Biomed. So Biomed Central is open access, so normally it will be available to everyone. But some of them are need to subscription based. Then there are number of tools are there which is freely available, AI tools, because nowadays it is best, AI is everywhere. So whenever you are going to use AI in your application, in your different fields, it helps you in different ways. It saves your time, it gives you better results, and the support, it is a supportive system, so which it will support you. So sorry. So there are different free tools as well as the paid tools we are having. So like connected papers. If you'll see the connected papers, normally it visualizes the related academic papers to help, as its name suggests. So it is normally for you, we are going to use for literature mapping and the explorations. And it is citation based graph. It generates the visual map on the similar papers, similar looking papers, similar related to papers. Second one is Research Rabbit. Research Rabbit normally, as it is also a free tools. It helps to discover related papers, authors, and topics based on uploaded papers. So you can write the name of these tools and you can do the searches whenever you will have time. So just do in the Google, you write the connected papers, you will reach to ultimately to the specific website. So Research Rabbit is a visual literature mapping tools, and it normally Spotify for papers like a discovery engines. Research Rabbit visualizes how papers are connected and evolve with over the time. It also gives you the graph-based network visualizations. Then we are having semantic scholars. Uh, then Semantic Scholar, that is AI powered search engines. It is AI ranked search results prioritize the influential papers over the simple keywords matches, citation with the context. Then some of the paid tools also we are having, that is like iris.ai. Then we are having cycles. These are the paid tools we are having. So these are number of literature, some of the 8 literature tools I have given you. Every tools have some merits and some demerits, but these are the AI tools which help you into the literature search. You can try some of the tools for your, like I like Research Rabbit for my purposes and Open Knowledge Map. These are the connected paper. These 3 you can use it. So like Illicit. So all are AI tools only. So AI research assistants, these are the AI research assistants. If you'll go to the website, it is illicit.org. And its a main feature will be, in case of Illicit, it uses the AI to help you find and summarize the relevant paper based on your research questions. So different tools you can use it, and these are there. You can call it what we call it. Their homepage is looking like that one. If you will sign in to the different tools, like you can see here, sign in and sign up. If you once you will sign it, whatever search you will do it, it will be available on your account. If you will not log in, after search it will go out. So better, its suggestion is to, whenever you do any kind of literature search on any search tools, create your account on that particular website so that your search will be protected or it will be saved there. So this is the connected papers. So you can search on the basis of paper DOI, you can paper URL, paper title, different ways. These are the different way by which you can search the paper on the connected papers. So here also you can create your account, and here you can do the search, and it will automatically build a graph. Then this is Open Knowledge Map. Open Knowledge Map normally uses 2 different kind of databases. One is PubMed for life sciences and base for all other disciplines, all including life sciences also. So if I am a life science person or the medical science person, I will search PubMed so that I will get information from the PubMed databases only. If you are from any other field, you can use the base database whenever you will do search. The difference between the Open Knowledge Map and Research Rabbit is Research Rabbit works only when you will logging on the website. Open Knowledge Map website works without logging also. So without creating your account, you can work here also. This is Research Rabbit. So if you have to first sign in, and then you can do the search, and ultimately it will give you you can it will create a paper maps related on the related papers. Now come to Google. Because most commonly we use the Google for our different search tools, search engines. So whenever you do literature search by using Google's, so there are 2 things, 2 websites. One is Google and second one is Google Scholar. So Google, difference between Google search and Google Scholar search is, if you do any kind of search in the Google, it will search on all the information which is available onto the website, onto the online system. It may be newspaper, it may be news article, it may be any kind of other Facebook, social media, anywhere. If you are going to use Google Scholar, it will search only to the scientific literatures. So whenever you do any kind of scientific literature search, don't use Google, use Google Scholar. There are few suggestions. So this is the homepage of Google Scholar. Everyone must certainly have their Gmail account. So you can log in on Google Scholar with your Gmail account. So overall, you can see here, there are 2 different things you can see on the top. One is my profile and second one is my library. Whatever search you do, you can save those things into the my library. You can create different kind of folders and you can save into your library. So those library are, you can call it, it is cloud-based library. Wherever you will log in with your mail ID, you can use those library there, and you will have your profile. So how these Google Scholar and Google Scholar or Google can be used very efficiently. So first is Google and Google searches are not case sensitive. So either you are going to write in the capital letter or the small letter, it does not have any kind of differences. So it does not works on the, it is not very case sensitive. Second one is and search terms are automatically combined with and tools. I have told you different kind of Boolean operators can we can use or we are going to use, like and or not. So if you are going to use any things which will have two or more than two different words, automatically it will be combined using a Boolean operator, that is and. Third, it is keyword based search you should do, and it will give you a better result. Other than this one, there are some how we can increase the efficiency of our Google searches. Use first one is use keyword specific things. So be very precise. Avoid generic terms, because if you are going to search generic terms, your search result will be too much information that you cannot analyze it. So you have to narrow it down. So to narrow it your search result, you should be using a specific keywords. So be precise. Include relevant names, dates, or file types if required. Using quotation marks to exact searches, like best restaurant in the New York City. If you want to search, if we will use without quotation marks, so it will give you information on the restaurant also. It will give you on information on the cities also. It will give you information on the New York City also. But if you are going to use this terms into this sentence into the quotation marks, you will get only information on the best restaurant which is present in the New York City. So whenever you want to search exact things, use quotation marks. If you want to avoid certain things in your searches, avoid any website from your search results, so you can use minus sign to exclude those specific terms or specific website from your search results. Like if I am going to search healthy recipe minus Pinterest, so I will get information from all the website except Pinterest. Then you can utilize the site operators to search within the specific websites. Like if I want to search Albert Einstein information only from the wikipedia.org, so I can use site wikipedia.org Albert Einstein. So I will get information only from this particular website. Use the file type operator to search or a specific file type. Like I want sometime I require only PDF, sometime I require only PowerPoint, sometime I require only doc file. So if you want any information, you can use file type dot particular, either PDF or doc or PPT. So put your search terms which you want to search and then file type. So you will get only those type of file during your search. Using the index operators to search the specific words, using the related operators to find a website related to a specific domains like related google.com, using a specific keywords or phrase to narrow search results, and be a specific, use quotation marks and use relevant keywords. So these are different tools, techniques, how Google search tools, search engines can be used very efficiently. And suggestion is better to use Google Scholar and save all your search results into your Google Scholar library, logging with your account. So this was related to literature search or search different search tools. Now come to the research gap. So how we are going to identify a research gap? First, what is research gap? A research gap normally refers to an unexplored or unexplored idea in existing literatures which further study is required, which is unexplored, which has not been solved till today. So it normally represents the unanswered question, unaddressed issue, or contradictions in current researches. So it helps you to identify a research gap is crucial because it helps to researchers to contribute novel finding to ensure their works in relevant and impactful. There are how to identify a research gap. What are the different strategy to identify research gap? So there are a number of strategies how research gap can be identified. So first one is To conduct a systematic literature review, there are different tools or different steps. So on the right hand side, we are having different steps for this one. Just 1 second. So for conducting literature search, we can use different kind of databases. I already have told you related to your subject specific databases you can use. Focus on the recent publication, means preferably 5 to 10 years research papers. Look for systematic review or meta-analysis to understand the existing research trends. Second one is to analyze research recent studies. For that one, normally these are steps will be to conduct bibliometric analysis using the different tools like VOS, viewers, or the BiblioSigny. These are the different tools. Look at the citation networks to identify frequently cited or the most but unresolved issue. Third one will be identify contradiction and inconsistencies. Check for the conflicting results or similar studies. Assess whether different methodology leads to the different outcomes. Then explore the emerging trends. Consider practical problems or real-world challenges. Use research gap identification tools. Like I have already told you, viewers or BiblioSigny can be used, or connected papers or lit maps or the different kind of other tools like open knowledge map or the research rabbits can be used. Formulate research-based questions based on the gaps. So ensure your research question is very specific, novel, or feasible. There are different type of research gaps you can have. So research gap can be theoretical, it can be empirical, it can be methodological, it can be population based. When we are talking about the theoretical gaps, so normally this occurs when the existing theories fails to explain certain phenomena or when new theories are needed to replace the outdated ones. So there is a gap between the theories. So these are the one of the example and how to identify it. Then when we talk about the empirical gap, this gap normally exists when there is insufficient empirical evidence to support or contradict a claim. Methodological gap is there is a gap between the scientific methods are insufficient, outdated, or the biased one. Population gap is when the existing research is already based on the only a certain limited demographic or the certain specific geographical regions. So there, that is called as population gap. Then we are having contextual or geographical gaps when research is conducted in a specific region or context, but findings are not validated throughout the settings. Then conceptual gaps. This occurs when concepts or definitions are vague, unclear, or evolving, leading to the ambiguity in the research. Evidence gaps. This gap normally exists when there is a lack of data or the lack of sufficient information, a strong conclusion. And the last one is a practical or application gap, when research findings exist but are not applicable in the real world settings. So these are the different examples and how we can do different kind of, these are the different kind of literature gaps can be done. These research gaps, once a gap is going to be identified, it develops a research question that should be novel. Like novel means it has not been studied before or approaches a topic from a unique angles. It should be feasible. It can be studied and available resources and methodologies. You cannot have a research gap, or you cannot take a method which is not available. For that one, you have to fight a number of different. You have to do different kind of other struggle with different way. So it should be feasible. It should be studied. It can be studied, or it will be available with the available resources or infrastructures. Then it should be impactful also, means it is going to address a real world problem or contribute significantly into the society or the field. So pro tip is use the FINER criteria. FINER means it should be feasible, it should be interesting, it should be novel, it should be ethical, and it should be relevant to assess your research questions. So whenever you are going to have a research gap, use these criteria like FINER criteria. So it should be feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, and relevant. Now, how to frame a hypothesis? What is hypothesis is? So, research hypothesis is a testable statement predicting the relationship between the two or more variables. So, it normally provides the direction for scientific inquiry and helps to validate the research findings. The key features for the research hypothesis is it should be very specific, it should be measurable, it should be testable, so that hypothesis can be tested based on the existing understanding, existing knowledge. Like regular exercise reduces stress level in the adults. This is one of the example. Why research hypothesis is important in the research is it guides the research design and the methodology. It provides a clear focus for the research collection and research data collection and the analysis. It helps in the testing theories and advancing scientific knowledge, and it assists in the deriving conclusions based on the empirical evidences. So that's why research hypothesis is important. If you don't have research hypothesis, you will not lead to any conclusion. So research will be unconclusive. So there are 4 different type of research hypotheses. First hypothesis is null hypothesis. Null hypothesis means denote it by H0, and if there is no significant effect or no relationship exists, it is called as null hypothesis. Like there is no relationship, no significant relationship between the screen time and the sleep quality. Second one is alternative hypothesis, that is normally denoted by H1. It normally suggests a very significant or impactful effect or relationship, like increased screen time reduces sleep quality. In the first case, you can see there is no significance, so that is null hypothesis will be there. In second case, there is a specific relationship like screen time. If you are having more screen time, it reduces sleep quality. Third one is directional hypothesis, which normally predict relationship in a specific direction, a specific way, a specific side. Like higher caffeine intake leads to a lower sleep durations. And fourth one is non-directional, which suggests a relationship but does not lead to any kind of direction, any kind of way. So like caffeine intake affects the sleep duration, but affect in the positive side, it increases or decreases, that is not come into the topic. So there are 4 different type of research hypotheses we can have. How we can formulate these research hypotheses are to first identify the research problems. So what exactly you are going to investigate. Then review the existing literatures, what already has been done, which is available onto the different offline online tools. Determine the variables. So define independent, which can be causative, or dependent, which is the effective variables. Make it testable, so it can be verified through the experiment or the data collection and data which you can be analyzed. And write it is in clear and very concise manner. So ensure clarity and precision into your hypothesis. So like if you'll see the example, first example is research question is, does social media usage affects academic performance? If hypothesis for this research question is excessive social media usage negatively impact academic performance, so it will be testable. What exactly you are going to test it? What will be the variable? What will be the non-variable? What is the dependent variable? What is the independent variable? So every information you will get from your hypothesis. How we are going to test those hypotheses? So there are 4 different steps, like experimental design. So conduct the controlled experiment to test the hypothesis. Data collections, collect evidence-based survey, interview, observation, or the experiments. Analyze those informations, whatever you have collected, into the second step through a statistical or non-statistical tool. And ultimately, we analyze and we come to a conclusion that we have to accept those hypotheses or we have to reject those hypotheses. So if a hypothesis is supported, it leads to a new theories. And if your hypothesis is going to be rejected, so it needs to modify or refine the hypothesis. So a research hypothesis normally provides the direction and focus for a specific investigation. It should be very clear. It should be very specific, testable, measurable. Testable means measurable based on the prior knowledge. There are different type of hypotheses. We have already seen null, alternative, directional, and non-directional. And testing of these hypotheses through different experiment data and the analyzing results through a statistical and non-statistical tool. So a well-defined research hypothesis normally strengthens the research credibility and contribute to a specific problem. How to write research objectives? So what is research objective is? A research objective Very well defined objective normally provides the clarity into the structure and direction to your study. Research objectives normally describe the specific goal of a study. They define what the researcher is aim to achieve or aim to collect or aim to measure. Objective normally provides a very clear roadmap for data collection and the analysis. So, why research objectives are important? Because it provides you a clear direction of a research, which side or in which way we have to move further. It helps you choosing the right methodology, define the scope and limitation of your study, and it assists into the measuring research successes. So there are two different type of research objectives can be classified. It will be general objective, that is a broad goal of a research, and a specific objective, which is a breakdown of your general objective. So general objective can be breakdown into different specific objectives. Like one general objective is to study the impact of social media on students' academic performance. This general objective can be broken down into three different specific objectives, like to examine the time a student spend on the social media daily, to analyze the correlation between the social media usage and the GPA, and to identify the common distractions caused by social media. So both are related to each other. How we are going to write the effective research method objectives are, so normally it starts with the research questions. Use very action verbs like analyze, examine, identify, assess, or determine. Ensures they are smart. Smart is abbreviation I have used it. That is a specific. It should be measurable. It should be achievable. It should be relevant. It should be time bound. So, like in the hypothesis and research gap, I have used the finer abbreviation. Here I have used smart. So, like to study the market trends, that is a vague objective. This objective can be modified in a way like to analyze the impact of digital marketing strategy on consumer buying behavior into the last 5 years as per the smart. So in this second objective, which has been modified from the first one, you can say it is a specific. It gives you direction. There are measurable things. There are achievable things. It is relevant to the requirement, and it is a time duration, because I have used time lap also 5 years also. So normally we do some of the common mistakes into the writing of research objectives, being too broad or too vague. It should not be aligned with the research questions. Using the subjective or unmeasurable terms, and writing objectives that are too ambitious for the study of scopes. So whenever you are planning to make your objective, define your objective, it should not be too broad or too vague. It should not be too ambitious, because you are having resource, time. Time is also resource. Time, infrastructure, resources, everything is limited. So as per your availability of resource, availability of your time, availability of things, you should plan your research objectives. Last part of the talk will be is the how to finalize your title of your work or research papers, for either for your research work or for research papers. So what makes a normally good topic? Your topic should be a novel. Novel means it should be original. So how you can find your topic in novel? For that one, you are doing literature search. You have done a sufficient or effective literature search on the different databases as per a specific subject area. So as much as literature search you will do, novelty will be that much. So you will ultimately find a good topic which is novel. So if your novel topic means it should have a specific outcome. It should give you a certain deliverable. It should be a specific subjects or new method development will be there. So it means if any of these three will be there, it means it is a novel. Then research topics should be executable and achievable. Executable means it can be conducted. It can be done, or it should be achieved. So that depends on two main, you can call it limiting factors. One is skill, and second one is resources. Skill means either it will be your skill, your colleague's skill, your supervisor's skill. Otherwise, nowadays, we are going to use different other institutional skills also. So we take help from some other organizations, some other institutions. And second one is resources, infrastructure available into your organization or your institution or your surrounding institutions. should fit into the context of the existing research. Make sure nobody else has already done it, because once you are going to conduct a research, you have done a literature search. But if you have not done a proper literature search, means not well literature search, you will most of the men, if some person is already doing research on this particular area, so you have to nullify those things. So make sure that no one else is doing on your research topic. So your topic will be novel for minimum 2 to 3 4 years. So during your PhD or till you are going to come to a conclusion of your research. Learn from others' methods and why your research matters for a society, for the government, or for your organizations. And last is, it should be usable for society and policymakers. So these are the different things which makes your topic a good topic. Whenever you are writing your research paper title or the research title, there are certain do's, like keep your title very brief and clear. Use active verbs as much as possible into the title. Keep the title length is 10 to 12 words. It should not be sentence based. It should not be too lengthy. Use keywords, specific keywords in the title. There are specific reasons why I'm talking about those keywords, because whenever someone is searching, like when I do literature search, I search some keywords based search only. So if your title will have a specific keywords, so when someone will search using those keywords, your paper, your article, or your research will come in front of him. So people will read your paper, people will read your article, people will show interest in your work. So it will give you impact, it will give you visibility. It normally increases your reputations. So don't write lengthy titles, use unnecessary details into the title, use lesser known abbreviations into the title, or use complex phrases. So these things should be avoided into the titles. Like if you'll see what is literature search, means whenever we are doing the title, so it is the first thing that the journal editors and reviewers see when they look at your paper. So when you submit your paper into the different journals, so the first thing which comes in front of the reviewers or editors or the readers is your title. And then if they will be interested in the title, then abstract comes. So title should be very eye-catchy. So there are few conditions I have made it here. It is the only things that fellow researchers will see into the search engine query. Like I have 4 important criteria I mentioned here. Is first one is, does it predict the content? Is it eye-catchy, or is it concise? Are the keywords included? So if your title have all the answer into the yes, your title is a good title. If any of the answer is in no, you should change those titles. You should reframe those titles. Like I have 3 different examples here. Like first example is, quantitative effect of yoga on cardiovascular stress management in 50% of essential hypertension. So does it predict the content? If you read this title, you will understand what are the different information this paper will have. So it content is yes, but it is eye catchy. No, it is not very eye catchy because it is too broad. Is it concise? No, it is too long. Are the keywords included? Yeah, there are some keywords like cardiovascular, stress management, hypertension. These are the quantitative data effect. So these are certain keywords that is included in the paper. But if you'll see in this title, there are 2 no's are there. So certainly this is a not good title. Same thing can be reframed into the manner like yoga guru in essential hypertension. So is it predict the content? No. By this reading this second title, you will not understand what are the different information this paper is having. So it does not. This title does not give you information that what type of information you will get from this paper. Is it catchy? Because there are certain specific terms like a yoga guru has been used, so it looks certain innovative things. Is it concise? Is it keywords included? No. So again, there are number of no's are there, so this is not a good title. Third, for the same title, third thing is paradigm shift in the management of hypertension, quantitative effect of yoga. So does it give you information what the content, what the paper will have? Yes. Is it eye catchy? Yes. Is it concise? Is it yes, because it is not too lengthy? and are the keywords included, like quantitative effect, hypertension, paradigm shift management has been included. So in this case, third case, we have all the 4 yes is there. So it means this is a good title. So you can similar things you can use for your titles also. Titles should identify the main issue of the paper, should be concise but also accurate, unambiguous. It should not confuse the authors, confuse the readers. You give certain things into the title, but in the paper you don't have those informations. So it should be unambiguous, it should be specific, it should be complete. Should be professional language and avoid rarely used abbreviations, because normally you should avoid any kind of abbreviation if possible. But if not possible, then don't use a new kind of abbreviation or rarely used abbreviation, which is the common abbreviation that you can be used if required, and will attract the readers. If your title will be short, eye-catchy title, and better cited. That is on the basis of information. That means on the basis of literatures, that if your title is very short and catchy title, they are going to get better citations. So visibility will be more. Like if you'll see, first there are 3 different titles which was initially written, and these 3 titles has been revised in 3 different ways. Like first one is action of antibiotics on the bacteria. So this title has been modified in a better way so that it will be precise, eye-catchy, contains keywords like title is inhibition of growth of Mycobacterium tuberculosis by streptomycin. At the same time, second title is preliminary observation on the effect of the zinc element on the anti-corrosion of zinc plating layers. This original title has been modified and revised in a manner like effect of zinc on anti-corrosion of zinc plating layers. Third one is fabrication of carbon CDS coaxial nanofibers displaying optical and electrical properties via electrospinning carbons. This is modified into the manner like electrospinning of carbon CDS coaxial nanofibers with optical and electrical properties. So if you'll compare these 2 titles, like original title and the revised title, you can see the revised title contains the keywords. Revised title are short, concise, and eye-catchy. So it increases your research visibility. Readers will be more. So ultimately, conclusions is conducting quality research requires a systematic approach from the identifying relevant literatures to finalize a well-structured research papers. A strong literature search normally lay the groundwork of understanding the existing knowledge, while recognizing research gap ensures novelty and significance. And as much as literature search you will do, that much good research gap you will able to find it. So good literature search normally gives you groundwork on understanding the existing knowledge. So ultimately you will have a good research gap which ensures the novelty and significance of your work. So clearly framing a hypothesis on the basis of those research gaps and literature search and defining research objectives provides direction and a structure of the study. Crafting a concise and impactful title enhances the research visibility. So more citation will be there, more reader will be there. And writing a comprehensive review article contribute to academic discourse by synthesizing insights and guiding future research. By mastering these essential research skills, scholars or the new researchers can enhance their credibility, relevance, and impactful of their research works, ultimately driving advancement in their fields. Once you will have all these things, you will have a good paper. Those papers can need to be submitted to a good journal. So finding a suitable journal is as important as writing a research article. So whenever you will have a research paper, so certainly you will have a title, you will have an abstract. You can use most of the good publishers like Elsevier, Springer, Wiley, Taylor Francis, IEEE. Every good publisher have their journal suggester or journal finder. You have to just search it into the Google, that journal finder Elsevier, journal suggester Wiley, journal suggester from Taylor Francis. So you will get certain websites. Those journal finders normally ask 2 important things. One is title and abstract. If you will provide title and abstract, journal finders will suggest you number of journals, number of related journals from that particular publishers. I had already published some of the videos or some of the things on the how to find a suitable journals. So you can see those videos, and once you will find the suitable journals, then accordingly your paper can be modified and you can submit to those things. But at the same time, identification of clone and predatory journal is as important as, because writing research articles, working on the research papers, roughly it takes 6 months to 8 months if you're writing planning to write a good paper, good articles. So if you write a good paper, certainly those papers should go to a good journal, uh, because you earn money. So earning money is important, but as important as you invest those money into a good place where you will get a good benefit, good outcome. So similarly, paper writing is important, but investment of those paper to a good journal is more important than that one. So predatory journals and cloned journals identification are more important, especially for the newcomers, new research scholars, because they have a target, and because of their target, normally they try to submit their research papers into the not good journals, and any kind of you can call it the substandard journals for fast publication. So certainly you should know which one is cloned journals. There are different websites, different kind of tools by which we can, different kind of strategy by which we can identify cloned and predatory journals. So this is all about from my side. If you have any kind of questions, you can ask me. I will be happy to uh, give you. Uh, just give me 1 second.